back to the channel, and today we got a special install today. We got some harnesses from Bridgemoto. They were nice enough to help me with the build, so they sent me some harnesses and some gloves. But today we're gonna install the racing harness on the car. And here, let me show you guys up close. So these are actually really nice quality, and they have tons of color options, so you guys can see kind of up close just how they look like. I also got their gloves. Been looking for gloves for a long time. They're SFI rated. And I got their 4-point harness just because I'm running a reclinable seat, so I can't run a 5-point. But they have so many different color options, and it's probably one of the cheaper options. So I really recommend Bridgemoto. So let's go ahead and install it. It's gonna be kind of simple. We're gonna use eye bolts. But for now, we're gonna do the easiest part, which is wrap it through the harness bar. All right, I just switched cameras, so it's easier to film. But these come with eyelid bolts right here that you can thread into your stock seat belt location. But for now, we're gonna start with the harness bar because it's the easiest, and you just gotta wrap it around. So let's find the harness lap one. All right, so the shoulder straps have locking mechanisms for an eye bolt, but we're actually gonna run it on the harness bar, so we can remove this part and just use this part. So let's let me use 2 hands. Okay, so I took the latching mechanism off, and now you're just left with this ring, and so now we'll wrap it around the harness bar. All right, so when you first get the harness, just push it through your shoulder hole right here, and then you're gonna go under the harness. So I'm standing behind it, and you're gonna want to put it under and then back over. And then you're gonna want to go through from under here, come back and go over here. All right, so got both of the shoulder belts in. I gotta go in and figure out if that's the right length, but for now it's secure. You gotta tighten it up, and then we'll get to the bottom one right here. All right, so once you have it all the way through, don't forget to bring it back one more, and that's where you're gonna roll it. I just put like this to clean it up, but I gotta push it back, and then I'll roll it back up again. So all right, it's hard to see that one, but that's for the bottom seat belt. And so I'm hoping the eyelid bolt would be long enough to go through my harness bar and the seat belt. So let's take it out and see. So I took off my old harness bar, and this is the eyelid bolt that it came with. And if I push it through the harness bar right here, there is barely enough thread to screw into the car, as you can see, and won't even screw in. So I gotta get new ones for the side, but I'm gonna do the other side, and I'm gonna connect to the seat bracket. All right, so I'm being really lazy. I'm trying to take off the seat belt while the seat's still in the car. I just took out all the bolts so I can move it out the way. But I'm gonna put the eyelid bolt through here, and let me show you in 1 second because I only got 2 hands. All right, so this is how I have the eyelid bolt on this side of the car. It's on the seat bracket and just through the seat belt hole. Still waiting to get an eyelid bolt for this side that's a little bit longer, but I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process for the passenger side. But let's probably bolt the seat back in and clip a harness through here. All right, got it clipped in right there, as you can see. And 2 shoulder straps. You have to do this side, and let's go on Amazon and see if you can find another eyelid bolt. All right, so one thing about installing the harness with your stock seat belt is you have to make sure this can swivel, because if you try to have this and this in the same position, they kind of get caught up on each other, and you can't have it secured on your lap properly. So make sure this can pivot properly so that you can move it out the way and mount your seatbelt, because before I would just straight bolt it through. I didn't use a proper seatbelt harness or the seatbelt washer that allows us to pivot. So make sure you do the right thing. Make sure this pivots. That way you can move this out the way, get your harness in, stay safe. All right, so this is how the car seat looks like with the harness in the yellow, the blue and yellow. I like it. It sticks out a lot. Still gotta do the passenger side, and I still gotta adjust it for my body. So I'm gonna sit in it and try to adjust it. All right, now I have both the shoulder harnesses fully mounted. So you gotta go under, come back over, go through, come back down into it, come back up, come back into it, and then just where you can roll it up. It's hard to film by myself, so it's there's a lot of videos online on how to wrap it. Super easy, so not rocket science. And yeah, just clean it up, zip tie it up so it looks nice and neat. All right, along with the harness, I also got these gloves from Bridgemoto. I believe these are the blue ones in a size large. They are SFI rated. I think everything on their site is SFI rated, so it's pretty cool. SFI or FIA. And they're actually really comfy. Like, I would expect racing gloves to be a little more stiff, but it's stretchy. You can grip the steering wheel well, and you can adjust the tightness by the strap right here. In the summertime, you can actually grip your shift knob. It is not too hot, so it feels really good in the hand, and a lot of grip here. Feels good. I understand why people use gloves now, because before I was like, oh, I don't need gloves. It dries fine, and then I was driving for, you know, like laps after lap, and my hand was getting sweaty. And like as the steering wheel was gliding through my hand, it would get sticky and kind of like slow the wheel down. So I understand why gloves work well, and is to have consistency as you drift. And my hands got really clammy, they get dirty, and they just ruined the steering wheel. So it was time to finally upgrade and get some gloves, and they protect your steering wheel. So I definitely recommend getting gloves now. Game changer for me, and I haven't even drifted with it yet. I drove it around the block. So thank you, Bridgemoto. I just can't get over the yellow and how much it pops. It just looks really good. I had low expectations, not because of like the quality or anything, but it's because I wasn't sure if yellow was gonna work well, but I like it a lot. And so I really recommend yellow if I want a yellow car, but this will have to do for now. And one thing about harnesses, especially 4-point harnesses, it was really hard to find a harness, an FIA approved harness that was like cheap. And I don't want to mean like $100 cheap, but like less than like $300 for a FIA harness. Like everything was so expensive, but this was like $200 for one. And I was looking at Sparco, Takatas, and it was like way too expensive, so I held off for a while and finally found these Bridgemotos, and so I really enjoyed them. So I would recommend them, and the color options are crazy. So go ahead, check out the website and look at what they got. They got tons of other stuff too. So all right, thank you guys for watching. These harnesses are super easy to install. They look good, and they'll probably only take like 30 minutes to install max. I was just trying to figure out position, and if you're a different height, you gotta adjust your harnesses a different way. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one because we're gonna go drifting real soon.